Hello. Today we're on my desk for a little bit of change of pace just because I'm going to be looking at some snacks. I don't know how the lighting is going to come across. It probably looks like garbage. I have a feeling like if I move the lamp a little bit too much, the light will get blown out. But you know what? We're just going to roll with it, right? Today I'm going to be looking at GAKUEN Idolmaster Uehasu, which these are GAKUEN Idolmaster wafers. These caught my eye. I was at a Japanese market this past weekend. I saw some Idolmaster themed snacks, and without really knowing exactly what it was, I figured I'd pick it up. But for $3 each, price was a little bit steep, so I'm going to see if it was actually worth it. Though I have a reason to suspect that they're not going to be that good. It's just about the collectibles, but you never know, right? You never know. So these are pretty eye-catching. They come in what looks to be like a trading card type of deal, like a trading card package. And that's interesting because it more or less is on the front of the packaging right here. It advertises two things. The first one is Metariku Purakado Ichimai. So it's like a metallic, whatever Purakado is. Oh, like a placard. Just one of those included, metallic. I don't know if it's actually metallic or it's like plastic metallic coated. And then below that it advertises Banida Kurimu Aji Uehasu. Uehasu is wafer, which I didn't know before. I think somewhere on here I saw wafer, so I picked it up. On the back right here, it even tells you, because it was like legitimately released at English like import store, so it has the nutrition facts. They're only 72 calories, so I'm assuming it's like one cookie plus whatever the metallic placard is. On the back, it's nothing too interesting, though. Actually, that's kind of a lie. Right here, it's 36 different cards or different placards you can get. Because on the front, it does mention that there are 36 in total you can collect here. So we're going to take a look. So it just occurred to me right now, looking at the packages, that two of these packaging are different from the other ones. This one right here, these first two, they have a different design than this one. This one right here features the three main girls, which would be Tsukimura Temari, Hana Misaki, and Fujita Kotone there. And then the placards that are displayed right there are of those characters right there, Saki, Temari, and Kotone. I just like different art of them. I don't know how well you can actually see this based on the lighting. And then this other art right here features, I guess, all the characters, and it has a slight metallic sheen, but nothing too crazy. It does appear to feature the same characters. Let me look at this a little closer. Yeah, Temari, Saki, and Kotone, but different variations of the art, whereas these have the same exact example variations. Though at first glance, like, the cards that you can actually get are pretty much identical, so I'm just going to assume that, it's just variations of the packaging and not like a new version of it. But anyways, let's start digging in. So I'm going to open up this first one right here. This is awkward though, by the way, because I'm sitting at my desk and the camera is in front of me, which is like where the television monitor would be. So I don't know if stuff is upside down or not. Packaging is pretty nice. Knowing me, I'm going to save it. I'm going to open it from the bottom as carefully as possible, as not to damage the art or crush the cookie inside. It smells like a cookie for sure. Alright, so just packaging, nothing else. Got a big ass wafer, dude. This thing is huge. And then we have the placard, which I'm actually going to look at first, since I think that's the most interesting thing now. So it's like a... Let me actually open it, because it comes in a little plastic thing. Of course that happened. Of course this happens. This is actually pretty nice, not gonna lie. So I got a first placard of Tsukimura Temari right here. Just make sure it's being picked up. So on the front, it's got one of those like holographic like card things. And then on the reverse side, it's just some character information. Luna, say maybe. Temari Tsukimura number 28. So it tells you like which number you got. And then the cookie, which I'm going to try. I'm going to assume they all taste the same, so that part's not going to be that interesting. You know what? I'm just going to try it right now. I hesitated for a second because I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'd be fun to like get all the cards and see what characters I got, but I'm just going to try the cookie because it's not going to change. That's actually pretty good. Nothing screams Gakumas like a vanilla wafer, right? That's actually really good, dude. Not gonna lie. I haven't really eaten Japanese cookies before, but I had other Japanese sweets, and on the whole, they don't really taste sweet enough to be satisfying. Like, sometimes you get them and you think they're gonna be sweet, but they're not really. Sort of like when you have like anko flavoring stuff like red bean paste. It's initially a little sweet, but it doesn't have the extreme sweetness that a lot of American stuff have, which I am more accustomed to. Like if I have a cookie, I'm thinking of like an Oreo or a Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookie, where it's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna just be pure sugar, and that's kind of what I'm accustomed to. And I was worried this was just gonna be flavorless, because I do like vanilla wafer cookies a lot. And this is a good version of it, actually. I mean, $3 and however many cents good? Probably not. If it's cheaper in Japan, would I get a bunch of these? Maybe. Because you get a cookie that's pretty decent, and then you get a collectible placard thing right there. So the first one is out of the way. Let's open up the second one. Throw that over there. And what do we have? We got something new, actually. Cool. On this one, let me actually take it out of the package. So next we have this card right here. I don't know if it's focusing or not, and the colors are kind of weird. Now, just because I got the monitor glow right there, I have like 3 different lights going. There's nothing on the back. It just says the Idolmaster GAKUEN. But on the front, we got this cool reflective bit. It's a little bit different than the other ones. We got Arimura Nao and my One-chan, Himesaki Rinami, right there. Just kind of like what looks to be like a game CG or something. And then once again, a cookie, which I will set aside for the time being, put it on a napkin. So, 1 horizontal, 1 vertical. Pretty neat. Let's open up the last one right here. It does sort of warm my heart though, seeing the influx of Gakumas stuff. That Gakumas is one of those series that needed to happen, I guess, needed to have a bit of a breakout hit for a new generation. Because, like, I fear that some legacy series, some legacy otaku series, like Toho and Idolmaster, and I guess even Love Live at this point, they don't have a lot of the modern staying power as a lot of the new series like Blue Archive and whatnot. Uma Musume, I guess, is one that has persisted, and I don't know if it has like a modern appeal because I don't really follow that series, but I feel like franchises that began like in the 2010s, specifically like 2015 to like 2018, 2020-ish, those franchises, even like mobile game stuff like Idolmaster, they have to compete with a lot of these newer series. That the newer series, they might not have the history and the legacy, but they have like the immediate I guess, satisfaction, where like a lot of artists are making stuff for it more consistently. Like it's the new thing, it's a hot new girl on the block, I guess, and like a lot of people are capitalizing on the popularity of that to create fan work. And for fans, it's obviously more interesting to follow it. Where like I'm over here waiting for new Takagaki Kaede art, and I'm being drip fed it, and I might get one new piece of art per month or something like that. That's not AI generated. And seeing like Gakumas stuff on Danboru come out at like a steady pace. You see the artist paying attention to it. I don't know how long that will last, but it's pretty nice. And I do like to see that out there. I don't know if it's going to get a lot of traction from like newer generation fans and stuff. We might get people into the franchise, but it's cool that Bandai Namco is actually trying something, and hopefully it succeeds. Because I want to see these legacy series like Idolmaster and Love Live and Uma Musume and Toho and stuff like that continue, like bringing in new people. Like even if Gakumas is something completely different than what Cinderella Girls or Shiny Colors or whatever are like, not saying that it is, but even if it is, I think it would be worthwhile to continue doing that, because like to keep the franchise going, keep the legacy going, that's pretty nice. So that's my little aside for the video. Here we have art card. Let me actually unwrap it a little bit. I will say though that I was pleased to see the character on this card here. I'm quite fond of her. We have probably one of my favorite characters of Gakumas so far. I mean, it's not an interesting choice or anything, but I'm quite fond of Hana Misaki. I like her character design. I like the art that's being put out for her. I like her music. On the back, we actually have some character information. Dude, I was literally about to say, can we peep what her 3 sizes are? Get it right there. 84, 55, 80. Like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how, like official this is, dude. We're gonna get the 3 sizes right there. They know what the otaku want. We actually have character bio. This is card number 1, by the way. It's another one of these vertical, like, character cards. We're switching up the angles a little bit. We got Takagaki Kaede playmat there. Got the 3 cards from today. Once again, Temari, or Tsukimura Temari, Japanese name order for the win. The Nao and Rinami card right here, and then the Hanamisaki like character profile card right here. Of all of these, I think the Temari one is easily the most eye-catching. Let's see if we can focus right here. Bring in some, let me adjust the light. You can kind of see right here. It has a really nice like holographic art that a lot of the other ones don't. Like you got like a lot of these performance stage light stuff right there. The stars, some stuff on her outfit. That's really nice. And then like the back, it's nothing much, but like I think of all of them, this one is, oh man, dude, her eyes are like holographic too. You can kind of see right there at that angle. This one has easily the most interesting stuff going on both the front and the back. The 2 girls right here, this one is like super basic. This is like a business card, nothing too fancy. Hanamisaki one is probably one of my favorite characters from Gakumas thus far, but like it's nothing too interesting in terms of like the holographic design on the front, like standard key art right here, whereas the Temari one is like a cool pose. That one's cool. This one is a little bit more basic. Cherry blossoms in the background, but it's standard card. I'm sure if I get the Temari standard one, it would look something similar to this, but got some useful information on the back. But anyways, that's about it for this one. It's gone on long enough for a cookie review. These were some of these GAKUEN Idolmaster Uehasu or wafers put out by Bandai, I think. I don't know if they actually distributed it, but you know, it's whatever. If you see these around, know that the cookies are probably pretty decent. Fun little collectible for fans of gakumasu, and I mean, I have nothing to complain about other than the price. If in Japan it's cheaper, I would definitely stock up on them. Like I said, you get a cool little collectible card and a cookie that actually tastes pretty decent.